Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. What were those words, penned centuries ago by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, hold a profound truth that continues to echo through the ages. In a world obsessed with external markers of success, wealth, power, fleeting pleasures, Aurelius, a man who possessed all of those things, found contentment not in the trappings of his position, but in the quiet strength of his own mind. He discovered that happiness wasn't something to be chased or acquired, but a state of being cultivated from within. This is the heart of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers us a roadmap to navigate the complexities of life with resilience, wisdom, and yes, even joy. It's a philosophy that doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of existence, the pain, the loss, the inevitable setbacks, but instead teaches us how to face them with courage and grace. In this exploration of Marcus Aurelius and his enduring wisdom, we'll uncover the core principles of Stoicism and how they can empower us to lead happier, more fulfilling lives. We'll examine how this emperor-philosopher, amidst the turmoil of ruling an empire, found solace and purpose in a set of beliefs that remain remarkably relevant today. Join me as we journey into the mind of Marcus Aurelius and discover how his insights can help us unlock the secrets to a life well lived. A life defined not by fleeting emotions or external circumstances, but by inner peace and lasting contentment. 1. Understanding Stoicism. To truly grasp the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, we must first understand the philosophical foundation upon which he built his life, Stoicism. Born in the bustling marketplace of Athens over 2,000 years ago, Stoicism wasn't just an abstract set of ideas confined to dusty scrolls. It was a practical philosophy, a way of life designed to help individuals thrive in the face of adversity and find meaning amidst the chaos of the world. Imagine the vibrant agora of ancient Athens, merchants hawking their wares, philosophers debating in lively exchanges, citizens from all walks of life going about their daily routines. It was in this melting pot of ideas and activity that a Phoenician merchant named Zeno, shipwrecked and far from home, stumbled upon the writings of Socrates. Zeno, seeking answers to life's profound questions, began teaching his own philosophy in a public colonnade known as the Stoa Poikile, the painted porch. And thus, Stoicism was born. But Zeno wasn't alone in shaping this school of thought. His successors, brilliant minds like Cleanthes, the former boxer who took over the Stoa after Zeno's death, and Chrysippus, a prolific logician who further refined Stoic doctrines, all contributed to its evolution. Now, what did these Stoics believe? At its core, Stoicism rests on the idea that the path to happiness lies in living in agreement with nature. But what does that mean exactly? Well, the Stoics recognized a fundamental truth about the human condition. There are things we can control and things we cannot. Think of a farmer tending to his crops. He can diligently plant the seeds, nurture the soil, and protect his fields from pests. But he cannot control the weather. A sudden storm could destroy his harvest in an instant. This, the Stoics argued, is a reflection of life itself. We can control our actions, our judgments, our responses to the world around us, but external events, fortune, misfortune, the actions of others. These lie beyond our grasp. To find peace, then, we must learn to accept what we cannot control. This doesn't mean passive resignation, but rather a clear-eyed understanding of our limitations. It's about focusing our energy on what truly matters, our character, our choices, our inner world. And this brings us to another central tenet of Stoicism, the pursuit of virtue. For the Stoics, virtue wasn't just about being a good person in a conventional sense. It was about living in accordance with reason, striving for wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, qualities that allow us to flourish as human beings. In the Stoic view, external goods, wealth, health, reputation, are ultimately indifferent. They can be advantageous or disadvantageous, but they hold no true moral value. The only true good is virtue, for it is virtue that leads to inner peace and fulfillment, regardless of our external circumstances. This understanding of virtue, this focus on what lies within our control, forms the bedrock of Stoic philosophy. It's a philosophy that calls us to cultivate wisdom, to embrace our responsibilities, and to find freedom not in external circumstances, but in the mastery of our own minds. And it's a philosophy that profoundly shaped the life and thoughts of Marcus Aurelius. 2. Marcus Aurelius's life and writings. Now, let's turn our attention to the man himself, Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, born in Rome in the year 121 A.D. Imagine a life of immense privilege and power, a life destined for greatness from the moment of birth. This was the reality for Marcus Aurelius, who, at the young age of 17, was adopted by the reigning emperor, Antoninus Pius, setting him on the path to become one of the most powerful men in the world. But Marcus Aurelius was no ordinary emperor. While he excelled in the arts of governance, leading Rome through challenging times of war and plague, his true passion lay in philosophy. He immersed himself in the teachings of the Stoics, finding in their wisdom a guide for navigating the complexities of both his personal life and his imperial duties. Imagine the weight of an empire resting on your shoulders, the constant demands, the endless decisions, the burden of responsibility for the well-being of millions. Yet, amidst the turmoil of his reign, Marcus Aurelius found solace in his philosophical reflections, diligently recording his thoughts and insights in a private journal. This journal, never intended for publication, would later become known as Meditations, a timeless masterpiece of Stoic philosophy. Meditations offers us a glimpse into the mind of a man grappling with the fundamental questions of existence. It's not a systematic treatise on Stoicism, but rather a collection of personal reflections, aphorisms, and reminders to himself. And within its pages, we discover a profound exploration of the human condition and the search for meaning in a world often filled with suffering and uncertainty. One of the central themes that emerges from Meditations is the nature of the universe and our place within it. Marcus Aurelius, drawing upon Stoic cosmology, saw the universe as an ordered and rational whole, governed by a divine logos, a principle of reason and intelligence that permeates all things. He believed that we, as human beings, are an integral part of this cosmic order, and that our purpose is to live in harmony with it. This understanding led Marcus Aurelius to emphasize the importance of self-discipline and moderation. He recognized that our desires, if left unchecked, can lead us astray, causing us to chase after fleeting pleasures and external validation. True happiness, he argued, lies in aligning our will with the rational order of the universe, in accepting our place in the grand scheme of things. Throughout Meditations, Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminds himself and us of the importance of pursuing tranquility. This doesn't mean a life devoid of challenges or emotions, but rather a state of inner peace that allows us to weather the storms of life with equanimity. He understood that true tranquility comes not from avoiding difficulties, but from facing them with courage and wisdom. And perhaps most importantly, Marcus Aurelius stresses the value of living in the present moment. He recognized the human tendency to dwell on the past or worry about the future, robbing us of the joy and peace that can be found in the here and now. He urges us to embrace each moment as it comes, to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around us, and to find contentment in the simple act of living. These themes, woven throughout the pages of Meditations, offer us a profound roadmap for navigating the challenges of life and cultivating a sense of lasting happiness. They remind us that true fulfillment lies not in external circumstances, but in the strength of our character, the clarity of our minds, and the wisdom of our choices. 3. Key Stoic concepts. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations provides a window into the practical application of Stoic philosophy. It's where we see these abstract ideas take shape in the context of a life filled with both immense responsibility and everyday human experiences. Let's now explore some of the key Stoic concepts that Aurelius embraced and how they can guide us toward a more fulfilling existence. Perhaps the most fundamental Stoic principle is the concept of acceptance. This isn't about passively resigning ourselves to fate, but rather about recognizing the limits of our control. As Aurelius wisely observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think of it like this. We're all sailing on the vast ocean of life. We can control our ship, how we trim the sails, how we navigate the currents. But we cannot control the weather, the storms that may arise, the unpredictable nature of the sea itself. Trying to control the uncontrollable only leads to frustration, anxiety, and unhappiness. Stoicism teaches us to focus our energy on what we can influence, our thoughts, our actions, our responses to the world around us. By accepting what lies beyond our grasp, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open ourselves to the possibility of finding peace even in the midst of chaos. This acceptance leads us to another core Stoic concept, tranquility. Imagine a still pond, its surface undisturbed by the wind. This is the state of mind the Stoics sought to cultivate, a state of inner peace that remains unshaken by the external world. Achieving tranquility doesn't mean suppressing our emotions or becoming indifferent to life's joys and sorrows. It's about finding a place of stillness within ourselves, a place where we can observe our thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them. It's about cultivating a sense of detachment from the ups and downs of life, while still engaging fully with the world around us. And this brings us to the importance of living in the present. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. He understood the human tendency to get lost in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. But true happiness, he argued, can only be found in the here and now. By focusing our attention on the present moment, we fully experience the richness of life, the beauty of a sunset, the warmth of a human connection, the simple act of breathing. We break free from the chains of past regrets and future worries, and we discover a sense of freedom and contentment that transcends the fleeting nature of external circumstances. But Stoicism isn't just about acceptance, tranquility, and living in the present. It also encompasses a range of other powerful concepts that can help us navigate life's challenges and cultivate a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. For example, Stoicism teaches us to view adversity as an opportunity for growth. Just as a muscle grows stronger through resistance, so too does our character develop through facing challenges. Obstacles, setbacks, and even suffering can become catalysts for self-improvement, pushing us to become more resilient, compassionate, and wise. Stoicism also emphasizes the value of gratitude and simplicity. By appreciating the good in our lives, no matter how small, we cultivate a sense of contentment and joy. And by focusing on what truly matters, our relationships, our values, our contributions to the world, we free ourselves from the endless pursuit of material possessions and external validation. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to engage in regular self-reflection and self-improvement. By examining our thoughts, actions, and motivations, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and identify areas where we can grow. This ongoing process of self-discovery allows us to live more consciously and intentionally, aligning our lives with our values and striving to become the best versions of ourselves. As we've seen, Stoicism offers a powerful framework for living a happier, more fulfilling life. It's a philosophy that calls us to cultivate wisdom, embrace our responsibilities, and find freedom not in external circumstances, but in the mastery of our own minds. Now, I'd like to invite you to take a moment and reflect on what you've learned today. In the comment section below, write out an affirmation statement inspired by Stoicism, a statement that resonates with you and reminds you of the power you have to create your own happiness. Something like, I choose to focus on what I can control and find peace in accepting what I cannot. And if you're finding this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and become part of our growing community of like-minded individuals seeking wisdom and inspiration. Don't forget to like the video as well, so we can reach even more people who might benefit from these timeless teachings. 4. Applying Stoic principles to our daily lives. Another key practice is cultivating gratitude. In the midst of our busy lives, it's easy to take things for granted. But by consciously appreciating the good in our lives, no matter how small, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. Start a gratitude journal, write thank you notes, or simply take a moment each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, one thing every day. This simple practice can have a profound impact on our well-being, fostering a sense of contentment and joy. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of setting realistic goals and expectations. We live in a world that often encourages us to strive for perfection and constantly compare ourselves to others. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and disappointment. Instead, focus on setting small, achievable goals that align with your values. Celebrate your progress, learn from your mistakes, and remember that true success lies not in achieving some external standard, but in striving to become the best version of yourself. Life inevitably throws us curveballs. Stoicism provides us with tools for dealing with adversity and setbacks. When faced with challenges, remember the dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can influence: your attitude, your actions, your response to the situation. View obstacles as opportunities for growth, and remember that even in the darkest of times, there is always something to be learned, something to be gained. Our relationships play a vital role in our happiness and well-being. Stoicism offers guidance on maintaining healthy relationships. It encourages us to treat others with kindness, compassion, and respect, even when they don't reciprocate. Remember that everyone is fighting their own battles, and approach others with understanding and empathy. Focus on building strong, supportive relationships based on mutual respect and shared values. Now, let's look at some real-life examples of how people have applied Stoic principles to overcome challenges and improve their lives. There's the story of James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy pilot who was shot down and held as a prisoner of war in Vietnam for over 7 years. He endured torture and solitary confinement, but he credited Stoicism with helping him to survive. He focused on what he could control: his mind, his attitude, his inner strength, and he found meaning and purpose even in the midst of unimaginable suffering. Or consider the story of Piggy Lawson, a modern-day athlete who used Stoic principles to overcome a debilitating injury and achieve remarkable success in his sport. He focused on his rehabilitation, accepted his limitations, and cultivated a mindset of resilience and determination. These are just 2 examples of countless individuals who have found strength and inspiration in Stoicism. By applying these timeless principles, they were able to navigate life's challenges with greater courage, wisdom, and grace. As you can see, Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy. It's a living, breathing practice that can empower us to live happier, more fulfilling lives. It's a philosophy that reminds us that true happiness lies not in external circumstances, but in the strength of our character, the clarity of our minds, and the wisdom of our choices. If you found this video helpful, please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel for more content on philosophy, self-improvement, and the art of living a fulfilling life. And don't forget to share this video with anyone who might benefit from these ideas. Let's spread the wisdom of Stoicism and empower others to take control of their lives and create the reality they desire.